Hey, travelers! Back in the basement because this week it's hot and there's a storm moving in. Yeah.
It feels luxurious to be able to be in the basement during a storm instead of being like,
Well,
hit it hard.
not
now.
doing a.
No retakes.
We're either not doing a video or we're gonna just blow right through it, and whatever we get, we get.
See, we control here. Outside, it's like we're essentially doing it without a net.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, you're just like, by the net, I mean weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down here, it's like that.
But we need rain, so it's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we actually get some.
Yeah. Man, my yard could use a drink.
I could care less about my yard. It's more crops and stuff, you know. Crops so that we can make beer.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking
of which.
Yeah, speaking of which, we have beer. There it is. I know that you probably can't see it all that well because I don't know if you know this. We don't have a camera person. We actually just...
Yeah.
It's just us.
Maybe one day again.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
I think we're getting closer, yeah. With the hot weather, though...
We're going fruited beers.
Yeah.
Beers with fruit.
Yeah.
It's not a crazy episode, but every year I think a lot of breweries come out with fruited beers. It's always kind of fun to do new fruits. And
some breweries always do fruited beers.
Some breweries can't help themselves.
Yep.
Some breweries, yeah. So let's dive in. I mean, I wouldn't call these all necessarily rattlers, but like Shandy's, rattlers are typical names for fruited beers.
Sure.
I don't know if these people would, these particular breweries would exactly label these beers as this. There might be some fine distinctions in there, but
yeah, I think there's one local brewery that terms all of their beers Shandy, the fruited ones anyway. And I think that's primarily where it caught on. Of course, for those of you aware, it's Leinenkugel's.
Leinenkugel's is known for putting a lot of fruit in beers.
Not a lot of fruit, but they are known for calling it a shandy. Yeah, I think they started that.
This also kind of comes back for us, an ongoing trend on this show where I go, people don't give Germany enough credit.
I know, they really don't.
Everyone thinks of Germany just like, lagers, pilsners, whatever, but like they're also the country that comes with a lot of sours.
Gozas.
But also, that's where Shandy's and Rattlers kind of got their start. It's a pretty well-told story at this point. There was a bike race. Guy was running out of beer that was on the race trail. Started mixing his beer with juice, and then sold it, and people loved it.
So we can thank a cheap guy for creating a Rattler.
I would say not a cheap guy. A guy who was trying to make sure everyone got a drink. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you would look at it. I would call them cheap.
I believe Mexican breweries or Spanish style would be to put like a soda in there.
Oh, sure.
Beer. Yeah, that's not uncommon. My grandpa makes puts like tomatoes. That's a fruit.
So I mean, and there again, a lot of Mexican breweries do micheladas.
Yeah,
which is
a fruit technically.
Yeah,
technically a fruit.
It's a fruit.
We're making some statements here. Yeah.
Oh,
tomatoes
this
fruit.
is very controversial.
A michelada is a rattler.
Yeah.
Speaking of which.
Prove me wrong. A michelada is a rattler.
That should be. I want that tattooed somewhere. Oh, come on. Not 2 weeks in a row. Oh, there we go.
You did it. Good job. So this is from Lupulin. And if Lupulin's got exploding beers, boy, we've got problems, right?
Yeah. It's just a friendly beer. It's just excited to meet us.
No, the friendly beer also comes from Minnesota, but it is not Lupulin.
That smells nice.
So you can take a look at that.
It's a blonde ale. It doesn't really give you much information on the can. I mean, first of all, Lupulin cans tell you a lot, which is fantastic. It doesn't necessarily say what fruit, but it's like 5% alcohol, 12 IBU, so essentially no hops, 4 CRM, or SRM, which I agree with on color, and 1 pint size-wise.
It's Tropical Fun Pants.
That was my nickname in high school.
Yeah, I bet. Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. That's fun. I like that.
Not just in the name. It's actually fun.
Mm-hmm. What I like about this, on the first couple drinks, is that it has a good dose of carbonation that kind of dries it out right at the finish. So you get all these lovely like fruit flavors that don't just linger. They kind of like freshen out.
It's almost seltzery at the beginning. Yeah. It's got that much carbonation in it.
Almost reminds me of like a Belgian blonde a little bit, because Belgian blondes typically have that just a little bit more
effervescent.
Yeah, a bit more carbonated, a bit more like smaller bubbles.
Yep.
I mean, you just look at the head; those bubbles are it's got a head on it, but it's not like a thick. Like,
and it's got that real dry finish on it too.
I think that's what makes it like you can keep drinking more, because a lot of times you get fatigued on the shandies.
Yep.
Or at least I do. I mean,
and like summer shandy, if you're walking or riding bike or whatever, and say we took a 10-mile bike ride over to the lodge one day.
Oh.
Because the trail system here in Eau Claire and Chippewa is fantastic.
I can't tell you guys this, but like, as far as everyone's concerned, Eau Claire is terrible, but really it's amazing.
Yeah.
You can get everywhere in a bike.
And really, the trail system is awesome.
I just don't want more people to move here. So
right. Well, we've got enough people moving.
Just
here.
show them
you stay where you are.
Just show them the temperature of the winters.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sure? You sure you want to come?
And you never really know what kind of winter you're going to get.
They're all bad.
But yeah, the trail, you can take the trail literally over to the Liney Lodge from where we are.
There's like 4 breweries on the trail.
Yeah. Yeah. So that first beer that you get, Summer Shandy, tastes great.
Yeah.
But you drink that first one and you go, well, time for something else. Time for maybe Liney Original or something like that.
Yeah, don't get the fatigue. I'm enjoying this.
It's nice.
I haven't had this for a couple months.
And for those of you wondering, Lupulin is now pretty readily available in Wisconsin. So
yeah, got a lot of fun stuff coming out for Lupulin, I think, in the next summer. I'm always excited when they do new stuff. They're just a good brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and for those of you in South Dakota, you have a Lupulin. So.
My mom's like, my mom went to South Dakota and brought me back just a ton of Lupulin, which I was like, that's awesome, Mom.
That's great. Thanks so much. Yeah.
Next one.
Speaking of a brewery that we can now get in Wisconsin, Narragansett.
Narragansett. That's how I say it. I don't know if it's right.
I don't know.
I think
East Coast thing. I'm sure they say it differently anyway.
You got to channel your inner Boston accent. Narragansett.
Narragansett. So there you go. Take a look at that one.
Narragansett is probably most famous for being the beer on Jaws.
Yep. So this is Dell's Shandy.
Oh, who this Dell fellow is.
It's refreshingly different.
Oh. That one gave me a case of the burps.
Just look at the
little Lupulin bubbles got burping. Yeah.
This one's still sold on merit, though. It's made on honor, sold on merit, just like the regular Narragansett. But
well, I mean,
just in case you were wondering, they put lemon in it, and it's still the same.
I have a feeling. My prediction going into it is that it's going to be more like a traditional shandy.
As far as the nose goes, yeah.
Yep, the nose just lemon.
It's got a different. It's more of a like a true lemon flavor instead of a sugary lemon.
Yeah. You know what this honestly reminds me of? Like, it's like nostalgic, but I feel when we were haying back in the farm days.
Oh yeah.
Putting up hay. My mom would always make lemonade.
Yeah.
And that's literally what this tastes like.
She skipped on the sugar a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's I'm not.
You have like 10 kids. You gotta lemonade.
Well, sure.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. That's just like you said. It's not too sugary. I think that's a good.
No, I think that's more of the true lemon flavor instead of the over sugared lemon flavor that you normally, not always, but you come to expect out of a quote-unquote shandy.
This might be my official grass cutting beer summer.
This is a good one.
This is a good grass cutter.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And like I said, readily available in Wisconsin and a lot of places in the Midwest now. Not readily available.
We're getting there. I think. I don't know if it's caught on everywhere yet. Give it some time.
You know what? If it's in Eau Claire, it's got to be a lot of places because we don't get much.
Eau Claire is kind of like caught between Chicago and Minnesota.
We're like that little sister that just kind of gets forgotten about.
The middle sister between Chicago.
And, in a family of like 12 kids, we're that sister. They're like, now what's your name again?
At least we're not Beloit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right. We're not Beloit, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Sorry, Beloit. But
yeah, we're just Eau Claire.
I love when anyone else tries to say that name. They're
Claire? Do you live in Eau Claire?
We almost named our daughter Claire.
Yeah.
Then I came to the realization her name would be Claire LeBear from Eau Claire.
That would have been awesome.
That's a lot of Claires.
Yeah,
man.
I like that. I voted for it. Even though I didn't get a vote.
Wayne is, by the way, I didn't get a vote.
Yeah. If you're going to decide the name of a child, it should be at least a democratic process. I cast my vote and you ignored it.
So this one's kind of the wild card one.
Yeah.
It's watermelon, a fruit you don't often see in beers.
Not as much. Yeah, you would think.
It's from Southern Tier, which is a brewery out of the Pennsylvania area. And New York, I think they have multiple locations.
So it says natural watermelon flavor.
You can smell it from here.
Instead of,
This one's nice and clear, though. I mean, we've just been getting, like, clear, crisp-looking beers here tonight. Definitely smells like watermelon.
It definitely does smell like watermelon, but not
the candy
not
way.
Like original watermelon. Oh. It smells more like candy watermelon.
I think we managed to get ourselves 3 refreshing beers here.
Yeah.
That's just a touch of watermelon. Just
a little bit.
Yeah.
And really, I think ABV-wise, we're looking pretty low.
It's
like
a session.
This is 5. I think the last one was 4 or something.
That's a session ale.
Yeah, 4.7.
Just an ale.
Yeah.
Ale with some watermelon in it.
Whether they call them shandies or not, I think that's typically what a shandy or radler, low ABV, easy drinking,
meant to
non-offensive.
Mow your lawn, have some fruit in your beer. There's a lot of fruits I wouldn't even know were fruits unless they would put them in beer. Like, who eats a passion fruit?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I feel like
I've never bought a passion fruit.
There's passion fruit on the label of the Fun Pants, and I was just sitting here like, I've never had a passion fruit.
No.
Yeah. They look weird.
See it in a lot of. There's a local brewery that uses a lot of passion fruit.
Oh, sorry.
Guava.
Guava. That's another one.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never bought a guava.
They're like you got agave, you're like tequila?
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, like the agave nectar. I'm like,
what's that? Well, you can use it. You can use it instead of honey. I'm like, why? You just got honey. You got honey.
Mead.
We live in Wisconsin here. There's bees all over the place.
Oh yeah, I have some.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Got to hit you up for some more of that honey.
I need to go to the farm and raid the cupboards. We have a stockpile. It's unbelievable what honey we have down there. Every year you add like 50 jars to the mix. You can't eat 50 jars of honey in here.
If you need any honey, just get a hold of Troy. He'll sell you some.
Just make mead out of it at this point.
Oh, you could do that.
Yeah.
You could sell the mead. We'll have to do a mead episode. I think we've done one of those in the past, but it's so hard to find a mead these days.
I think I could pull it off. Actually, I'm sipping on a good mead at home right now. New guy came to town, tried it.
Really?
Probably some of the best meat I've ever had. We should do a meat episode.
Yeah, we should do a meat episode.
Comment below.
Yeah.
Right? Look at that. Yeah. Comment below if you want to see a meat episode.
Also, some new news from us. You probably realize that we haven't been out on the road in, February of 2020, I think.
Oh,
was the last time that we were out on the road. So we're back out on the road again. We're going to Milwaukee. And for those of you that weren't aware, Sprecher's has a new owner. So Randy retired, as people do, and good on him.
Yeah, everyone should retire, man.
Yeah, for the legacy that he has. I mean, with all the sodas and I think around here he's probably known more for the soda.
Yeah,
Sprecher's a little more known for that than.
I think definitely they hit the home run with the root beer.
Yeah, the root beer and the sarsaparillas and all those things, and they're still doing that, and that's great. But these new owners really have honed in on the beer, and they've made some improvements to the taproom down there. So we're gonna go see what that's all about.
Oh, that should be exciting.
Yeah. We're gonna do a little video on it.
Yeah,
maybe a podcast or so, and be fun. I'm glad we can actually get back out on the road again.
On the road.
It's been too long.
Yeah, well, start listing places below in the Midwest you want us to see.
Yeah, because we'd love to get back out again. And I mean, it's in our name. We love to travel. So
traveling for beer. If there's a brewery that you think we should be going to because it's cooler than the rest, let us know which one it is.
Yeah, we'd love to know. Because believe it or not, we find new breweries in the Midwest all the time that we've never even heard of.
Yeah.
That weren't even on the radar.
Yeah.
So
can't catch them all. It's like Pokemon out there.
Yeah, pretty much impossible. Yeah. So, and speaking of podcasts, if you haven't already, you should check out our podcast. It's called Taproom Takeover, and we've taken over quite a few tap rooms.
Yeah, you are like a Norman storming the beaches of England there.
Yeah, well, I drag you along whenever I can.
I try to get out of my house. Yeah. That newborn, man. That's like
I mean, that's a nice built-in excuse. I had a newborn twice.
So many years ago. Your kids are like practically graduated.
Yeah, I still did it. Yeah. But check those out, and we've got
fun.
new ones. We've got new ones coming up, and we kind of explore just so far, the beer scene that's just around Eau Claire. But believe it or not, it's a pretty untapped beer scene, and you should check it out.
Well, also, we're kind of coming out of hibernation mode.
Yeah.
Here, so it's like just like reminding people what's out there and starting to time to make some of your favorite places might have closed. It's time to find new favorite places.
Well, we've got some really nice places around here.
So
I think it's, and I might be a little biased because I live here, but believe it or not, I'm not totally biased. So. The places that we check out are places.
I think I've heard you rail as much about Eau Claire as I probably heard you say more negative things than good things about Wisconsin at this point.
Well, for those of you that aren't aware, I didn't grow up here, and we'll leave it at that. I do love the beer scene though.
No, yeah.
So
I'll give you that.
And the people are really nice, and so it's worthy of checking out and going and meeting the same people that we get to meet. So
it's time to make new places, find new spots, and
and not to say that when you go there you're going to get the same experience, but you may get a better experience even than what we get. So
it's always fun. Like it's like before you play a game, you get to level up. If you can go into a game with a little bit of level up. If you can go into a brewery knowing already what they're kind of doing, you can kind of hopefully maybe make a better beer decision too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what I always like to do before you go somewhere is like check out the media about it. You're like, if you can save some like learning curves.
Yeah. And what I would say is
dog time.
Tango's back. Yeah. What I would say is sit at the bar now that you can. And talk to the person behind the bar, because that's the best way to learn about the place. So.
Well,
other than that, since Tango interrupted us, check us out on all the social medias too. Of course, right here on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and we do some Twitter stuff, and then. Badger Beer Hour, for those of you who aren't aware, that's another beer thing that I do too. A lot of great interviews on there. And I think last month would be May, we did an interview with the woman that helped develop the Things We Don't Say IPA.
Oh.
Yeah, so mental health awareness beer that a lot of people are contributing to.
Oh, that's cool.
So that started right here in Wisconsin.
Huh.
She works from all Europe, and great little interview with her. And then we interviewed Eric over at Modicum for those of you that are.
You and Eric are becoming best friends at this point.
Yeah. Well, I've called a lot on him. I feel like, I said I owe you a few beers, and he goes, "I got beer," and I said, "Okay, then I owe you some whiskey."
Yeah.
And he doesn't.
Valid point.
So,
yeah.
I owe him a lot. But
some
anyway,
maybe.
Check out all that. It's all out there on the interwebs, whenever you get a chance. So,
in the meantime, stay thirsty.
Absolutely. Drink good beer. Let us know about it when you do.
Yeah.
All right. Until next week, everybody. Prost.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.